All right, so you grab your phone, you want to find the closest coffee shop. What do you do?
You mean besides panic because you haven't had caffeine yet?
Well, yeah, other than that.
Most people, they just talk to their phone, right?
Hmm,
Hey, Siri, or okay, Google. It's become second nature.
totally. But in this deep dive, we're going deeper than just convenience. We had a listener send us this awesome lecture all about voice search, and it really gets into how this is changing, well, everything.
It's a huge GE. I mean, think about it. Just a few years ago, these smart speakers, they were a novelty. Now,
My aunt has like 3 Alexas, and she uses them to like settle arguments about movie trivia.
exactly. And by 2025, we're talking over 400 million of these devices out there, all listening, all responding.
And it's not just the devices, right? The lecture pointed out like a quarter of all smartphone users are already voice searching on the regular.
At least. And here's the thing. This isn't just a fad. This is like the AI revolution in action. The tech behind it, natural language processing, it's getting so good.
So it actually understands us. Like I've definitely yelled at my phone before when it misinterprets, set a timer as send a tie to Myrna.
Oh, yeah, we've all been there. But that's the thing. Those hilarious misinterpretations, they're becoming less common. These systems are learning our slang, our accents, even our sarcasm eventually.
Okay, that's kind of impressive, but I still don't see how this is different from like regular old SEO. I mean, I optimize my website, I use the right keywords. Good to go, right?
Not so fast. See, voice search, it's about talking like we are now. Think about it. How do you search when you're speaking out loud compared to typing on a keyboard?
That's true. Like if I'm typing, I might search best restaurants downtown.
Yeah.
But if I'm talking to my phone, it's more like find me a restaurant downtown, not too pricey, good for vegetarian options.
Exactly. You're naturally more conversational, more specific, and that's what trips up a lot of businesses. They're stuck in the old way of thinking. Keywords, keywords, keywords.
So what should they be thinking about? Like how do you actually optimize for something as, I don't know, human as the way we talk?
That's the million-dollar question, and
Yeah.
luckily this lecture dives right into it. We're going to unpack all that good stuff.
Okay, so we're talking about this shift, right? From keywords to like actual sentences, full-blown questions. How does that change the game for businesses?
It's a whole new bowl game. It's no longer about cramming in as many keywords as you can. It's about understanding what your customers are actually saying.
So it's less about tricking Google and more about like genuinely helping people find what they need.
Exactly. The lecture called these long-tail keywords, these longer, more specific phrases people use naturally when they speak.
Can you give me an example? Like what's a long tail keyword in, say, the pizza world?
Okay, so instead of just pizza delivery, which is super broad,
Hmm.
a long-tail keyword might be gluten-free pizza delivery near me, open late. See how much more specific that is.
Yeah, way more specific. And I guess if you're a pizza place that actually offers gluten-free late night delivery, that's gold.
Gold. Because someone using that search, they're not just browsing, they're ready to order. And this is where content comes in, like really good content.
So not just listing keywords on a page, but actually writing, like a human.
Yes. Think about how you'd answer a question in real life. It's clear, it's concise, and it provides all the information the person is looking for.
So back to our pizza example, instead of just we deliver, I should have something on my website that says, craving gluten-free pizza late at night, we've got you covered.
See? Now you're talking. You're anticipating their needs, using natural language, and you're making Google happy because you're providing valuable, relevant information.
Okay, that makes sense. But how do I get Google to actually find this beautifully written content?
That's where things get even more interesting. We have to think beyond just keywords on a page. We need to optimize for how people are actually searching with their voices.
Okay, so beyond keywords, what else do we need to be thinking about?
Well, one thing that came up a lot in this lecture is structured data.
Structured data, in English.
Right, sorry. Basically, it's a way to organize information on your website so search engines can understand it better. Think of it like instead of Google having to decipher a whole paragraph, you're giving them the key points in a nice, neat list.
So back to our pizza example. Instead of just saying, we offer gluten-free crust, I'd have a specific section that lists all my crust options with gluten-free clearly marked.
Exactly. You're making it crystal clear for Google or Siri or Alexa what you offer. And that's super important because remember, people using voice search, they're often looking for very specific things.
Makes sense. And I'm guessing this whole local SEO thing is even more important now, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times have you used voice search to find something near me?
Like every day, coffee shops near me, gas stations near me. I sound like a broken record.
We all do. But the point is, if you're a local business, you need to be optimizing for those near me searches. And the lecture really hammered home the importance of your Google My Business listing.
That's that free profile thing Google gives you, right?
Yeah, that's the one. Make sure your hours are accurate, your address is correct, add some photos, maybe even encourage some customer reviews. It all makes a difference.
So basically, I need to treat my Google My Business listing like it's my storefront in the digital world.
Exactly. Make it welcoming, make it informative, make it easy for people to find you.
Okay, this has been super helpful, but I have to ask, with all this talk about AI and voice search taking over, should we all just become podcasters and throw our keyboards away?
Not so fast. While voice search is definitely changing the game, written content is still incredibly important. In fact, this lecture actually emphasized that.
Really? Why is that?
Because even if someone finds you through a voice search, they're still going to land on your website, right?
Mhm.
And that's where your written content comes in. It provides context, it builds trust, it answers those deeper questions that a quick voice search might not cover.
So it's not about choosing one or the other, it's about finding that balance.
Absolutely. Think of it like this. Voice search is the doorway that gets people to your doorstep, but your written content is what invites them in, gives them a comfy chair, and makes them want to stay a while.
Okay, I like that analogy. So to wrap things up for our listeners, it seems like the key takeaway here is that the future is all about adapting, being present, and finding that sweet spot between optimizing for both voice and text.
Exactly. It's about creating a seamless experience for your audience, no matter how they choose to find you.
And on that note, we'll catch you on the next deep dive.